You guys know most of us have access to hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we don't even know. If you want to know more, stay tuned. To whom it may concern, it may not concern you. So let's go. So what's up, guys? I'm Franco Shy. Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. To whom it may concern, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in thus far. So anyway, the hundreds of thousands of dollars that I'm talking about that you have and or your family have access to is home equity. A lot of us don't know about home equity for whatever reason. I don't think they teach it in school, and or the maybe the silos that we operate in, social silos that we operate in, don't speak about home equity. And I think that's the most important for me. That has been so beneficial to my life, being able to pull equity from properties and being able to invest it and diversify my portfolio and reinvest it back into the home or reinvest it into another property and or the stock market and what I like to, Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm that. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But so you may be asking, hey, yo, Frank, what the hell is home equity? Right? So home equity is the difference between the market value of your home and the amount you own it. So most of our grandparents and or our parents have homes that they own outright, right? So they have no mortgage on it, that once they pass away, typically what I see, once a parent and or a grandparent pass away, the family themselves sell the home because they don't want nothing to do with it because they either live in a suburb of the state that they're, the city that they're from, and or to live out of state. But I'm a big advocate of just holding on to a valuable asset, because one thing they're not doing is uh, they can't create any more land except if you're in Dubai, right? and or and the market of the homes now is like at 7%. So if we didn't get it back in like 2021 ish, 2022, typically your insurance or your not your insurance but your what's it called, on your interest rate on your home is like 7%. That's, I think that's if you even have good and or great credit at 7%. So that it could be even higher now in 2023. But home equity, what it's 80% of the value of the home, right? So let's say if your grandparents uh house is worth 100,000, you could pull up to $80,000 worth of equity out of that. You can pay for your kids college and or reinvest that into your business, or reinvest that into the home so the market value can go up on the home, so you can pull more equity out in the future. You can diversify, you can get into cryptocurrency, which I think if you're under 35 you need to be into cryptocurrency. That's neither here or there. Another um, way that we have hundreds of thousands of dollars or have access to is if you have a 401k. Now you say, hey, I don't want to touch my 401k. It's going to help me retire when I'm old. I'm here to tell you that it's a sham, right? 401ks isn't meant for you to retire on, and that's pure numbers and statistics. And here we get into it, right? So about that's 60 million Americans. This is not me. You can Google this yourself. This is why I have it on the screen. 60 million Americans have 401ks, right? How many Americans are millionaires? Here's the number right here, man. 300,000. We're going to round up. We're going to be nice, right? 300,000 Americans. And, it's drawn down because some people might have withdrew their 401ks last year or whatnot. So it's typically between 300 and 450,000 people, right? So the likelihood of you becoming a millionaire from your 401k is less than 1%. So this is not financial advice. I'm not giving no one financial advice. Well, I want to just give you a different direction that you may or may not want to go into. And I would utilize what I utilize my 401k for is I invest into real estate, right? Which can help me during my retirement years later, right? I help reinvest into my real estate. I buy more real estate with it, um, and equity I pull from my house and I invest in into Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoiner, there we have it. So you can utilize your 401k for that, which is risky. Yeah, everything is risky. But if you're under 35 or if you're a millennial, I don't know. I don't know about I think Gen Z or whatnot. But if you're a millennial, we need to start thinking 60. We need to start thinking 10 years ahead, 50 years ahead. We have to put in our mindset that, hey, I'm not going to be making everybody, I think people be capping, but that's neither here nor here. Everybody make over 100,000, everybody six figures. According to the data, 64% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. They're the data. Boom, here we go. So, and I'm not making fun of nobody. I'm not, big. No, I'm just saying that's the data. So we need to start thinking for the future, thinking about how can we acquire assets that's going to help us out with retirement. Because the 401k ain't it. Pensions, they're gone. So that being the case, we need to somewhat like diversify our portfolios and tap into assets that we already have. And home equity and 401ks are assets that we already have that we can utilize and leverage to gain more assets that will in return give us a return on our money or a monthly and or a yearly income during retirement. So that's that. That's a quick video on how you have money that you currently have access to. You can do this today. You can do this tomorrow. You can do this 6 months from now. 9 times out of 10, if you're a millennial over 30, you have a 401k. 9 times out of 10, you have parents and or grandparents that have passed away. Not everybody, right? Because we're going into the later years. I'm 34, right? My parents in their 60s. Hopefully they live to their 80s, right? Um, but I have, my, grandparents that passed away, right? And from living it, I've seen what when your grandparents pass away, what happens to the homes. And typically, the kids of kids sell for nothing, 50,000, $40,000, which they could utilize that money to leverage to start a business. Because once you sell something, you got to pay taxes on it. You guess what? You don't have to pay taxes. If you watch my other videos, you don't have to pay taxes on loans. You can leverage it, and you can do other things with that, and you always have access to it. Definitely, if you get into a HELOC loans and or home equity loans. I like HELOCs because it's like a credit card. Every time you pay it back, it replenishes for like 15 years. Um, but yeah, I'll probably have somebody on the show, like a realtor, that can go into HELOCs and home equity and things of that nature. But that's it, guys. Like I said before, I hope this video find you health and wealth. And I'll see you next time. Peace, love.